Shalom, 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 yashala, shalom. Dawarabanya Shala coming out with another episode of Bringing Out the Precepts. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Abanawi Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekar Kadash. True Father's name, Savior and Deliverer's name in ancient Paleo Hebrew, Lashawan Kodash. Dawarabanya Shala coming in another quick episode after seeing the madness and folly that happened in Washington, D.C., the capital of the Babylon the Great, the United Snakes of America. Okay, the first precept I'm going to bring out, the book of Revelations 18 and verse 2. Revelations 18 and verse 20 reads, "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, Salakia, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird." And that's all you seen yesterday. The true spirit of the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay, point blank. That's why I just wanted to bring this quick sit down. Babylon is falling right in front of our eyes. Babylon is falling. Let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 17 and verse 15. Deuteronomy 17 and 15 reads, "Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power has chose. One from amongst thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not send a stranger over thee which is not of thy brother." Okay? Read it again, Deuteronomy 17 and verse 15. "Thou shalt in any wise set a king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power has chose. One of amongst thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou may not set a stranger over thee, which is not of thy brother." These two, Biden and so-called Trump, they both two devils. Point blank, period. You biblical Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, native of Indian and Negro descent, you need to repent if you went out there and voted for these devils. Your trust should be in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, point blank, period. Point blank, period. Because we know the Most High is in control of everything on this earth. He's the true creator and he's still in control. Point blank, period. Let's get a precept. Let's go to the book of Daniel. Book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 21. Salaki, I'm going to start at verse 20. Daniel 2 and verse 20. It reads, "Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of Yahweh forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his." Daniel 2 and 20. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of Yahweh forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his." Daniel 2 and verse 21 reads, "And he changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding." Point blank, period. He, the Most High, removeth kings and setteth up kings. Okay? Regardless of which devil is running Babylon the Great, it doesn't matter because it's still in control of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Let's get another precept. Let's go to Daniel 4. Daniel 4 and verse 17. To prove what I just said about 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things. Daniel 4 and verse 17 reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living," us that are living here on this planet Earth right now, Babylon the Great, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. The Most High ruleth regardless, but we're commanded. We're not supposed to put no king over the people of the Most High. We're not supposed to be out there voting for in this wicked land, Babylon the Great. Point blank, period. Okay, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and gives it to whomsoever he will and set it up over the basis of men. Okay, so let's get edification on who is this earth given to, because it says here he gives it to whosoever he will. Let's go to book of Job, a classic, Job 9:24. Job 9:24 reads, "The earth is given into the hands of the wicked." Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay? If it's not the wicked, between both of these so-called devils, Biden and Trump, they're the wicked, point blank, period. And to include the elites of this wicked nation, the Rothschilds, and we all know who they are, the so-called Illuminati. But really, if you really read the Bible, we're the ones that illuminate. We're the ones with the light. They work in darkness, point blank, period. But I want to stay on topic. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so the book of Daniel 2 and Daniel's chapter 2 and chapter 4 tells us the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and gives it to whoever he wants. He lets us know in Job 9:24 that the earth right now is given to the hands of the wicked. Let's get more edification. Let's go to Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel. All praise and glory, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Ezekiel 7, and I'm going to start at the 20... Salakia. I'm going to start at the 21st verse. Ezekiel 7 and verse 21. And it reads, "And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil." Okay, precept upon precept. The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Ezekiel 7 and verse 21, and it is given into the hands of the strangers, because neither one of these two devils should be ruling here, because this is not their land. They're the strangers. "And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it." All praise and glory. GMO, chemtrails, you name it. Flint, Michigan, the water, everything they touch, they pollute. In the book of Genesis, the precepts let us know that the Most High made all fruits and all trees seed yielding. Whoever heard of seedless watermelon, seedless grapes? They pollute everything, point blank, period. Read it again, Ezekiel 7 and 21. And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it. Ezekiel 7 and 22. "My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place. For the robbers shall enter into it and defile it." What secret place is that? The Holy Land, Jerusalem. Point blank, period. Them devils that are out there with them Shirley Temple curls, those are not the people of the Most High. You read in the book of Revelation 2 and 9, the Messiah lets us know. They're the synagogue of Satan. You go to the book of Malachi 1 and 4, they're the board of wickedness. Come on. Okay, Ezekiel 7 and 22. "My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place. For the robbers shall enter it and defile it." Ezekiel 7 and 23. "Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes." We all know the bloody, because they're putting the people of the Most High into bondage and slavery. Bloody, killing all the prophets of the past, the apostles of the past, the Messiah himself. Okay, make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. You got a good picture of it yesterday. You got a good picture. habitation of devils. Point blank period. Ezekiel 7:23, make a change, for the land is full of bloody crimes and the city is full of violence. This is a key point. Ezekiel 7:24, wherefore I will bring the worst. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses, and I will make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Point blank period. They're the worst of the heathens. So you see in Psalms 83, the 10 most wanted of Yahweh Shem Hawashai, who's the number one criminal? Edom. Point blank period. Dust off your Bibles, open it up, Psalms 83, the number one culprit, number one criminal, the number one identity theft, the robber is Edom. Point blank period, so-called white man. Ezekiel 7, and let's read it again, 24. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Ezekiel 7 and 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and they shall be none. All praise and glory to the Most High. You're going to reap what you sow. You're going to reap what you sow, what you've done to the Most High's people for over 400 years. Let's get another precept. Let's see what the Messiah says. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Matthew 12 and verse 25. Matthew 12 and 25, and it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, red letters, the Messiah speaking, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Every kingdom divided amongst Salakia, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Babylon the Great, red and blue, Republican, Democrat, two demons, two devils, point blank period. And I'm going to prove that. The Bible says prove all things. Devils. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Read it again, Matthew 12 and verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, this is exactly what's going on. Biden's a devil that the Bible speaks of, and Trump is another devil that the Bible speaks of. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? It's not going to stand. Babylon is going to be fallen. But this is the beginning stages. As you see, it's unraveled throughout the world. Everybody see this place is falling. Or it's falling, thus saith the Lord. Let's stay in the book of Matthew. Let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter, starting with the... I'm going to start with verse 7, because this is what's going down. I mean, you saw it on national TV yesterday. I mean, they touched on it briefly, but the biggest sign, and the reason I'm sitting doing this sit down, with the symbol that I saw, was that wood with that noose hanging. That was a message to us Jakes. That was a message to the people of the Most High. Their intentions. Why would they bring a noose? I mean, why would display a noose up there when they were trying to take over the so-called capital of the United States of America? That was a message, and this is what makes me brought me to the Spirit of the Most High to bring out this quick sit down. Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And they shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. This is just specifically saying the race wars that's coming, the ones that they want to start. They left that symbolization is for us, for the people of the Most High, to put that noose up there, because that's all they've done through over 400 years, hang the people of the Most High God. And that's what through the Spirit, I'm bringing out this lesson, condemning the devil that the Bible speaks of. Matthew 24 and verse 7, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, i.e. the corona, and earthquakes in divers places. Okay, point blank period. That's the race wars that's coming. I mean, and that was a symbolization to the people of the Most High. Point blank period. To upright that wooden display with that noose. And I mean, they touched on it, but they didn't focus on it on this devil news out here in Babylon the Great. But let me move on. Let's go to the book of Acts. Let's go to the book of Acts. Acts 7, and I'm going to start at verse 6. Because this is going to take it home. Acts 7 and verse 6. And it reads, and the Most High spake this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land. And the Most High spake this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, and that they shall bring them into bondage, and entreat them evil 400 years. Point blank period. They say this book is not it's fantasy. Well, this is a prophecy that came to pass through this captivity. As we know, 1619 to 2019 is 400 years. Do your math. Open up your smartphones and be smart for once in your life. Acts 7 and verse 6. And the Most High spake this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, and that they shall bring them into bondage. We all know the transatlantic slave trade, 1619 to 2019. And entreat them evil 400 years. Acts 7 and verse 7. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge. This is the reason why I'm bringing this out, to prove Babylon the Great is the United Snakes of America. Okay? This is where the indigenous people, the Most High, were put into bondage and slavery. Point blank periods. People say it's modern day Iraq. That's simple and madness. It's the United Snakes of America. That's why in the book of Revelation, spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, it's America, the daughter of Babylon the Great, the United Snakes of America. Acts 7 and 7. In the nation whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said Yahweh. And after that they shall come forth and serve me in this place. After we're redeemed from Babylon the Great, we're going to go serve the Most High in the New Jerusalem that you read in Revelation, the 21st chapter. Point blank period. Let's get further edified about Babylon the Great. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50 and verse 23. Well, I'm going to start at verse 22. Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sign of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. Sign of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is the hammer of the whole earth? Who's controlling this whole earth? When you read in the book of Revelation, who drank the wine? What wine? What nations are drinking the wine of who? Babylon. Everything comes through Babylon the Great, the United States of America. Wall Street, the United Nations. I mean, Stock Exchange, Federal Reserve. You people just unlearn. Okay, Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sign of battle is in the land, and a great destruction. How, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Who's the one boasting of the most powerful military? Babylon the Great, the United Snakes of America. Okay? How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation amongst the nations? Okay? This is the future prophecy that Babylon will be falling. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Let's get more edification about Babylon the Great. Okay? Let's go to the book of Obadiah. Obadiah chapter 1, and I'm going to read verse 4. Obadiah 1 and verse 4 reads, Though thou exhort thyself as the eagle, though thou exhort thyself as the eagle, we all know the symbolization of the United Snakes of America, the bald eagle. Okay? And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, who has what nest is talking about amongst the stars? The NASA space station. Point blank period, to prove this is Babylon the Great, the United Snakes of America. Okay, Obadiah 1 and 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring down, saith Yahweh. We all know that space station, all these phony satellites, they're all going to come crashing down before the Messiah comes. As you see, they're all panicking here in the United Snakes of America because their eyes, the observatory in Arecibo, Puerto Rico, was destroyed. And that's the East Coast observatory, and the West Coast one was damaged during the fires that they couldn't quench over there in Folly Land over there in Hollywood. Okay, the Most High is preparing this earth for the second coming of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Point blank, period. Obadiah 1 and 4. Though thou exhort thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, the NASA space station, thence will I bring down, saith Yahweh. I don't know how I can make it any clearer. Let's go get another precept. Book of Revelation. Revelation 14 and verse 8. Revelation 14 and verse 8, and it reads, And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Okay, it's here. All the trading from all the other all the sanctions. It's not Iraq putting sanctions on other nations. Is the United Snakes of America, Babylon the Great, the whore of Babylon. Point blank period. They're the ones putting sanctions on all these other nations. Just want to prove this is Babylon the Great. This is what's going to be fallen. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Revelation 14 and verse 8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Point blank period. Precept after precept proving this is the daughter of Babylon. Okay? Spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's get another why all this and that noose and everything. Let's find out why. All the gunning us down. Jacob Blake, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, these last three. I know, I'll be here all night with all the ones they gunned down. But these are the latest ones that they found not guilty. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Let's go book to the Ezekiel and let's see what the Most High lets us know. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5 reads, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. We all know modern day swords of firearms, guns. But shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and in the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay? The reason why they displayed that noose and the reason why they gunning us down in these streets unarmed and in apartments, Breonna Taylor being gunned down in her own bed, is because Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Okay, they hate the people of the Most High. They hate the Most High. That's why they crucified His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Point blank period. I'm keeping it 100. Okay, point blank period, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity and in the time of their iniquity had an end. Point blank. Special tribute to Jacob Blake, my brother, Breonna Taylor, my sister, Tamir Rice, my little brother. Point blank period. Let's prove. Bible says prove all things. Let's go to the book of Zechariah. Zechariah 11 and verse 5. Zechariah 11 verse 5 reads, whose possessors slay them. Zechariah 11 verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Jacob Blake case, no charges. Breonna Taylor case, no charges. Tamir Rice case, no charges. Zechariah 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, that they shall sell them, say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherd pity them not. Point blank period. That's why they're gunning us down. They have a perpetual hatred. That's why they put that noose up there to incite this race war that's coming in the book of Matthew 24 and verse 7. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. It's biblical that this race war is all these prophecies in the Bible, all of them going to come to pass. None of them going to go back void. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. I just wanted to bring out this quick sit down. Babylon is falling in response to that madness and folly from yesterday. These devils taking over their own capital, so-called capital. How can Satan divide from Satan? Then his kingdom can't stand. They both demons and devils. I hope this was edifying. Yasha Allah, endure to the end. We know Jacob's trouble is coming. Our kingdom is nigh. I hope everybody stay most high blessed in these dire times. And with that I say, Shalom.